Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to what we call Conscious Culture Wednesday. And today we're talking about the transformative power of relationships. I'm not going to be here long. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. I just want to share my heart with you. Let's chat a while. And then I'm telling you this, I'm sleepy. I'm going to go lay down somewhere or not. But I won't be on here long unless you talk to me. Hey, Shanice, how are you? Welcome to Conscious Culture Wednesday. Every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., I come live and discuss the video that I upload the day before. So I think around 1 p.m. yesterday, I uploaded I think it was a 4-minute video talking about the transformative power of relationships. And now I'm coming on live so that we can chat about it together. Before we even get started, let me tell you this. You need relationships. You can put your right hand on your chest. We do this a lot inside of the private community. Put your right hand on your chest and say, I need relationship. One of my missions is to highlight the parts of culture that we need that we're currently not using. In other words, we need relationship. Hey, Cookie, how are you? And if you do not have proper, healthy, whole relationships in your life, you are doing yourself a great disservice. Now, I know we're a part of the whole, I don't need this and I can manage myself and da 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 da. That sounds real cute and it makes you seem real strong to only you. But if you really want to know a strong man, you find the man who knows how to be vulnerable, who knows how to lean on his brother or his sister, who knows how to acknowledge what he or she doesn't have and leans on the next person for it. What I realized was a lot of the things that I thought was strong in my life was really me overcompensating for my weaknesses. I'll cut you off just as fast as you can blink. Weakness. I only give you one chance. And if you mess up one time, you're done. Weakness. I ain't got time to be having all these conversations and talking over and over and over again and discussing and going about that. Weakness. A lot of the things that I called myself being strong was overcompensation for my weakness. And this is the introduction, but let me just chat. Let me cook a little bit, and we'll run into a commercial. A lot of what I found in my life was a lot of the requirements or demands that I put on my relationships was because of my weakness. If they don't do it like this, if they don't show up like this, if they don't say it like this, if they don't have it like this, I'm quick to cut. When the reality is, it was because when they didn't do it like I wanted them to do it, it made me feel insecure. So that I responded to my insecurity versus responding to what they really did. They was just joking, but the joke made me feel insecure. So I came at them at the level of insecurity that I was feeling versus the level of sincerity they were giving. Whoa. Now, how many of you guys are, wrong hand, can't say. How many of you guys are guilty of that? Or at least have been guilty of that in your life? Handling people based on your insecurities than their sincerities. And that is something we got to stop doing because I believe we're throwing away great relationships in our lives. I believe we're harming people that was meaning to help us. All right? That's a little intro. We're going to get ready for a commercial break. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'm not going to be on here long. I just want to get your attention. Shanice says, this is interesting. I'm listening. I may have done that in the past. Yeah, God knows I have, Shanice. I have. It's called self-sabotage. before I get into it, let's run a commercial because I'll be done start talking again. All right, we're going to run this quick commercial break and we'll be commercial break and we'll be right back. I want to be set free sexually. I want the ability to explore my sexuality without being concerned about harming my spirituality. I want my spirituality and my sexuality to be one. I want to be okay pleasuring myself and be unashamed of feeling and exploring pleasure. I want to unlock the expression and creativity that can only be tapped in by understanding and exploring me entirely. I want my sexual life to be as healthy as my spiritual life. I want to free all people from living in a closet. All right, that was the season premiere, which premiered yesterday, Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Episode 1 of the Spirituality and Sexuality series, and it was raw. It was. I hope it stirred you or made you think. Someone asked me just this morning, "Why does everything have to be about sex?" And I was like, "Glad you asked." And it let me know that I'm doing the right thing because we don't have enough conversation about spirituality and sexuality. So if you have not seen episode 1, I would advise go watch episode 1. And then right after that, I did a live about it. And go watch that live and you will leave full. I promise you, you'll leave full. And that live, I tell my a little bit of my personal story about how I came into my sexuality. And it was very empowering to tell. All right. Hey, NC guy 7465. And hey, was it Bait Rock? How are you doing today? Let's get into the conversation. All right. Let's talk about self-sabotage real quick. Well, before I do that, let me talk about the second phase of healing. Some of us in tarot card reading, there's a card called the Hermit card. It's where you go on the inside and you stay there and you work on you and you deal with you and you focus on you. And what I am learning is that that is only supposed to be for a amount of time. You are not supposed to stay in the hermit phase. Why? Because if you stay in the hermit phase too long, you become selfish or self-centered or are intoxicated in self. Because what happens is you go on the inside and you build up your world. You build up yourself where you don't need their approval as much. Because that's something that nobody will tell you. You do need their approval. I believe we as human beings are built to receive approval from others. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. You go on the inside to validate yourself first. The issue is never about the approval or the validation. The issue is that you have not done it for you. So you go the extra mile to get it from others. And I've been there. It's been the ruin of a lot of my relationships because I was wanting them to give me an approval that I haven't even given myself. When you give it to yourself first, you put a bottom to the void. Oh, Lord, I hope y'all hear me. And I'm going to explain this. When you give it to yourself first, you put a bottom to the void. What do you mean, B. Terrell Hill? If you do not give it to yourself first, the void is bottomless. No matter how much they give it to you, you will never be filled. So the whole purpose of going on the inside, becoming a hermit, is to create a bottom for the void. Lord have mercy. But the point was never to stay on the inside. The point was to become one with your insides. And then you were supposed to go out and connect with others. But I believe most people got stuck going on the inside and never came back out. And what you think is independence is really intoxication. Is it intoxication? I think intoxication on you. And that's a problem. Yeah. Let's see. B8 Rock, Knockout Media. I don't really want you on my show. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to not come back, and then we're going to block you. Because of your alliances don't fit. Your alignment doesn't fit my alignment. We're not in alignment together. So I'll give you one more opportunity to not come back until you break certain alignments, and then we're just going to block you, okay? Thank you. All right. So what was I saying? Forgot what I was saying. I'm very competitive. I hate to lose. I hated being on a soft team. But one day I saw the gym in it, and I found a profound joy with training people to become winners. I'm very competitive. I hate to lose. I hated being on a soft team. But one day I saw the gym in it, and I found a profound joy with training people to become winners. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me tell y'all something about me. I'm not that guy. I'm pretty straightforward. I'm pretty honest. Let me tell you this: when it comes to relationship, let's take a curve. You should only be in relationship with people that you are aligned with. Okay, because who you are aligned with is who you are assigned to. So if someone is aligned with your enemies, it is impossible for them to be assigned to you, which means their alignment to you is false. And you don't fuss at those people. You don't get mad. You communicate and you tell the truth and you make it plain. And that way life can move on. And let me tell you this: if you just simply do that, you never have no problems. You ain't got to break no more sweats. Let me tell you this: don't break no more sweats when it comes to filtering out the relationships in your life. The people that's in your life that you are not aligned to, just simply tell them, we're not aligned. We don't have the same goals. We don't have the same interests. You understand? So I hope that you guys saw how I handled that. That's how you should handle everything in your life. Just a matter of fact, cut and dry. Let's keep it moving. All right. So you go on the inside to become one with you, and then the whole you seeks to connect with others. Why is it important to connect with others? Because there's two phases to your healing. One, when you go on the inside, and the other, when you're dealing with people on the outside. And let me tell you something, and I just learned this recently because I did really well with on the inside. And then when I started opening up myself to people, when I opened up my private community, when I started inviting friends in my life, I realized that I was getting triggered. I said, I know I've been doing the work. I know I've been doing all I'm supposed to do. Why am I getting triggered for this? Because this was the second phase of my healing, connecting with others. People, by virtue of them breathing, is going to test, try, check your healing. And it's one thing to be able to retreat, go hide, cry, have a breakdown by yourself. It's another thing to want to retreat, to want to break down, but stand in front of that person and vulnerably communicate how you feel in a coherent way so that you can get some kind of healing or reprieve. And that's the part we're not good at doing. We are not good at that second part because it takes more maturity. Let's see what B8 Vincent, did you say you're going to block me, bro? No, Bait Rock. No. I was talking about the KO BB Rock, excuse me. I was talking about the Knockout Media guy, not you. Who I was talking to got the message. No, no, not you, BB Rock at all. No, no, you didn't do anything wrong. All right. All right. One more thing and I'm done. These are for those that are on a spiritual journey. And I personally believe this. If you block relationships in your life, you are blocking God from your life. I believe so is, I'm going to say above is so is below. And I'm saying this figuratively, not to say that heaven is above and we're below, but I'm saying so is above and so is below, meaning that the spirit realm mirrors and is one with the natural realm. And I believe that the easiest way for God to get to us is through people. The easiest way for God to deliver a message to us is through communication. The easiest way for God to bring healing to us is through people. And when you block people in your life, you block God out of your life. I had a conversation with a friend last Saturday, and he said something to me that gave me words for something I was going through. I had the feeling, I had the experience, but I didn't know how to communicate it. But he was able to communicate it for me. So maybe something that would have taken journaling and meditating and praying and being quiet to find the words for. I didn't have to do all that because my friend had the words. I told this same friend this. I said, I don't need to know everything you know. I just need to have access to what you know. And my friend doesn't need to know everything I know. He just needs to have access to what I know. And by us giving each other access to our knowledge base, we're smarter than we were by ourselves. If you don't learn to allow people in your life, you are blocking out creativity, communication, revelation, all of their life experiences. Even if they're not that smart, you can learn a lot from a dummy. You need people in your life. Shanice says, yep, I've been there. That's what I had to learn the hard way. Yeah, BB Rock. Hey, Jennifer, how you be? You've been looking for a certain kind of transformation. You've been looking for the next level. It's going to come through people. Now, let me say this. You need friendships in your life. Not just the mentor, not just the mentee, not just a good brother in the Lord, not just a teacher or a student. You need a just good old strong lateral friend in your life. It is imperative. Iron sharpens iron, like the Bible. Yes, Shanice, absolutely. I love that. You need family and community in your life. All right, let's go to a commercial break. Let's take a break. We'll come right back. I'll open up the lines. We'll have any kind of question and answer. And if I don't hear anything from you guys, I'm coming off this thing. All right, we will be right back. I would love for you to join our email community. In the description box of this video is a link. You click it, put your name and email address in the information, press submit, and you are going to be a part of our email community. But guess what? You got to check your spam box because there's a double opt-in. So you got to confirm that you truly meant to sign up. Would you like to be notified every time we go live? There's a simple way to do that. Join our free text club. All you got to do is text V Terrell Hill to this number, 833-458-3658. You just text it. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658. All right, this is the last announcement, and then we're going back to the content. I am gifted to help people become their best self, and I want to offer you a free consultation. There has never been one person that has had a free consultation with me that did not leave better than when they came, all right? All of that information I just went over is in the description box connected to this video. All right, let's get back to the content. I want to be set free sexually. I want the ability to explore my sexuality without being concerned about harming my spirituality. I want my spirituality and my sexuality to be one. I want to be okay pleasuring myself and be unashamed of feeling and exploring pleasure. I want to unlock the expression and creativity that can only be tapped in by understanding and exploring me entirely. I want my sexual life to be as healthy as my spiritual life. I want to free all people from living in a closet. Welcome back, y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I appreciate you. Y'all, can I be honest with y'all real quick? Be honest with those of you guys that's hanging in there. I might be low energy. Can I tell y'all why? I fell asleep. My sister came by at what, like 6:15? No, 7:15. And she came by. I didn't even know she was coming by. I fell asleep in the living room. And I said, "Hey, what you doing here?" She told me, I said, "What time is it?" She's like, I said, "Oh my God." So I didn't even really get a chance to prepare my notes. I was probably in there asleep for a cool hour or so. So I'm sorry. At any rate, it's the truth nonetheless. You need relationships. No, but before I get started, I want to invite you to my private community. You get a 7-day free trial. Yes, Shanice, I was sleeping good. Listen, I was sleeping good. You get a 7-day free trial by doing that. Tomorrow, let me say this. Tomorrow, we have Variety Thursdays every Thursday. They're different. First Thursday is prophetic leading. Second Thursday is this Thursday, that. Third Thursday is that. First Thursday, like I said, is prophetic leading. All right. We talk about the word of the Lord for the month of April, and I already have it, and I'm ready to give it to you. And that's only in the private community at 8:30 tomorrow. Okay. I was talking to the main producer, and I was low-key thinking maybe I should just send the link out to everybody. But the only way to do that is, and if I do decide to do that, and this is not a marketing gimmick, I'm being honest. If I do decide to do that, the only way you get the link if you're part of my text club, right? And that's free. And all you got to do, if you put that up, text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658, 833-458-3658. If I decide to do that, which I'm about 75% sure I'm going to open it up to everybody. It's a private link, but if you have it, you can watch it. You got to be a part of the text club because I think I want to share that with everybody that is on there. What did the main producer, hold on, Jennifer says, what did the main producer say about that? You know what? He ain't said nothing, to be honest with you. I said it. I think he was more caught up in the shenanigans of yesterday. So he hadn't said nothing about it. I'd probably find time to tell me now in my ear while I'm saying this. So if you disagree, I won't be talking about this if you disagree. So okay, he says he's neutral about it. So we'll have to figure it out. So the thing is, but join the text club. That way you can be notified when I'm live and all the things, right? But let me go back to the private community. If you join the private community for 7 days free, you get the private live on Thursday. You're going to get the private Pentecostal prophetic style prayer on Saturday at 8:30 in the morning. There's a second wind video. It's called Sanctuary Focus. Thank you. It's called Sanctuary Focus. And then the second wind video that comes up, where I do a recap on Monday. And then this Tuesday, we're having a town hall. And then Wednesday, we're having Conscious Culture Wednesday that's coming up Wednesday, where it's a community. I don't decide what they talk about Wednesday before last. I was asking y'all to come over there, and some of that stuff, I was on there telling all my business, and they were asking me all the juicy stuff that probably some of you guys would love to know. They're asking me over there, and I'm going to talk about it because, if there's a place to talk about it, it would be the private community. So all of that's that. All right. So there's that. Basically, because child, I was asleep. Basically, let me tell you this. As someone who, has experienced a lot of trauma in my life, which at this point I feel more empowered by than a victim by. One of the toughest things for me has been relationships. Hey, Chimmy, how you do? I haven't spoke to you in so long. Thank you. I appreciate you. Chimmy. One of the toughest things in my life was to open my heart back up to relationships. Because especially when you're used to doing it by yourself, when you're used to operating by yourself. And what I will say is, though it has been very challenging for me, it has been very rewarding for me because it has triggered me in a way that has motivated me to keep on evolving. There are certain kind of triggers in your life that will not happen unless it's connected to a person. Myself. Hey, Adrian _246. Welcome. I'm here. Welcome. I'm here. And there's going to come a time, and let me just say this. I'm not done yet. And what I mean by that, I am still plan on doing the interview. I have my life that I teach from my life. I talk from my life. And a lot of my life was caught up in that situation. And so I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be open, and not from a messy perspective, but like I said in the video last week, I'm not going nowhere. I'm right here. So, but I'm gonna tell you this: I have grown exponentially by having relationships in my life. My patience, my wherewithal. I'm used to I've been a leader all my life. And now I have to, is someone that the relationships in your life, you can't just say stuff and people do it. Now you got to slow down and communicate to them as a human and not a subject. And that can be challenging because I'm used to just ABCDFG and people just say yeah because their yes connected to their paycheck. So that is that. Relationships have made me think about life differently. I think I am more warmer to life. I am more warmer because a friend told me last week, there's something that happened, and they said to me that I was mastering the moment, but not mastering the friendship. And when they said that, I was like, oh God. I couldn't even refute that because it was true. Because when you get used to dealing independently, when you get used to dealing like a hermit, all you have is the moments, especially those of us who are gifted. A lot of times we hang our entire personality on our gifts. We don't know how to talk like a human. We know how to talk like a orator, a content creator, a teacher, a prophet, a pastor. We know how to talk like dad, but not talk like human. And in that moment before, because I felt like he was mad at me, I'm like, oh, no, he mad at me if I ain't did nothing to you. I was only minding my business. And that was the reality. I was minding my business. I was not including the friend in the business. That is a real thing. But I would not have, right, Jimmy? I would not have learned that if it wasn't for relationship. Because as a leader, a lot of times you're like oversight, objective, looking at the big picture. Come on, you can do it. Push yourself. What you crying for? Let's go. As a friend, you got to come down from all of that and be like, you all right? You okay? You should come on. It's okay. And I wasn't even thinking like that. I was like, get over it. That was a huge lesson for me. My dog did something today that I despise. And how I responded to my dog, my literal dog, my little chihuahua, how I responded to my dog let me know that I am becoming more empathetic as a person. Where did this empathy come from? Relationships. Straight relationship. Relating to others. Seeing the other picture. And let me tell you what else will make you very empathetic. Going through things. I'm gonna just talk, y'all. But as leaders, we also have a lonely life. Absolutely. It can be very lonely. It can be very isolating. And then as a leader, sometimes you feel guilty for, I know me, because I can over consume or over indulge, if you will, in leadership, that sometimes I feel guilty when I'm leaning into the other ships of life, the friendships of life. Yeah, that's real. Um, Let me tell you something else that we need in life, y'all. Just let me cook a little bit. I feel like talking. You know what else we need in life? We need trouble. I'm gonna say two types of trouble: personal trouble and relationship trouble. Personal trouble. Another reason why I am more empathetic today than I've ever been in my life is because what has happened to me the last 3 to 4 months of my life. I was watching an old video I did, and at the time I had my credit score was strong. VH, read my comment, please. What? Um, I BB, are you the one? LOL. What do you mean? I missed something. I missed it, Thomas. You have to break it down. Anyway, what was I saying? Because of what happened to me the last 3 or 4 months of my life. You talking when I had did this video and I was talking strong, and if you ain't got nowhere to stay and you ain't got no money and your credit score is this and rah 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 rah, you ain't rah rah rah. I was letting the people have it. Now at the time, I had probably a cool $25,000-$30,000 in my account, in my checking account, literally. My credit score had all my credit cards were paid off. Credit score was strong. I just got approved for like a $15,000 American Express car. I had just bought a brand new 2023 Mercedes. You couldn't tell me nothing, y'all. You couldn't tell me nothing. So I'm just letting. And you did this, and you did this, you did this. Life said, thank you, cohort 5, RV. Life said, and I almost lost everything. The only thing that's still standing is that I still got the car. And now, well, the first thing I had to do was confront that thing in me that was building my personality on where I stayed and how much money I had. And and then it made me empathetic for others. And then it made me judge people differently, because if I was judging them away, then I had to judge me away. So then I had to remind myself, I am not my zip code. I am not my credit score. I am not my social economic background. Da, 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 da. But me coming down from that high, over elevated, over exalted ego state is causing me to see life different. Now, is life getting better day by day? Yes, it is. But I'll never go back to that space again. Now, let me say this. Yes, humbled with a new perspective. Absolutely, Shanice. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I literally was basically saying, you need to listen to me because look what I got. And if you get you want what I got, listen to me. If that was the case, I would have had to shut my mouth this past February when I got evicted. Hmm. This past October when my credit started falling, it's in the deep, dark hole now, child. I would have had to shut up. When I had to move back in with my parents, I would have said to myself, you're not qualified to help people. What I realize now is I am more qualified now to help people than I've ever been in my life. Because where I'm drawing from is from within. Hmm. Are y'all hearing me? All right. Honestly, I'm in that phase in life where I'm literally being financially informed, building financial, informing discipline within myself, which I call the first phase. And the second phase is the physical growth and more discipline. Absolutely. Now, and I'm glad you said that. Now let's go to phase two. You need relationship trouble in your life. You need personal trouble. You need relationship trouble. Because there is a bonding that you get in the crucibles of in the ward room of a relationship when there's a misunderstanding. There's a humbling that you have to have when you want to drive the point in, but you back up a little bit. Because because just as much as you want to win the discussion, you don't want to hurt the person you're speaking to. There is a humbling that comes on you when when you're going back and forth, but then you feel the need to be vulnerable and be like, well, that hurt my feelings. You need that muscle that you build to be able to communicate to someone what's hurting you while you're afraid they might hurt you. Hmm. That trust in yourself that you have to lean on to trust someone else, especially when you're in a disagreement or an argument. That builds an internal strength in you like no other. And for those of you that are leaders, I was having a conversation with the prophet, and we were talking, and we were saying, I guarantee you, the prophet that has wholesome relationships in their life is more effective. Maybe not, we're not talking about accuracy, effective than the person who is not, because that area from which they draw from, because let me tell you this, your gifts are drawn from the palette of your life. If you live a cold life, your delivery when it comes to your gifts will be cold. A lot of these people are not mean. Hold on. As the saying goes, when you're at the bottom, the only way to go is up. Absolutely just being me. Absolutely. Goodbye to the spirit of haughtiness. Humble is key. Humble is key in order to get exalted in due season. Thank you for your transparency, Vincent. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, it is. Yeah. I don't care what your gift is. Me and the producer had a potent conversation about how I'm going to start delivering content, because as I warm up and as my heart opens up, I want to start talking from my heart. I don't want to have all these papers and scripts and save this and like, share, subscribe, and comment. By the way, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with the papers because I'll keep the papers in my hand, but there's something else that is wanting to flow out of me at the same time. I just don't want to be locked to the papers. I don't want to be locked to the script. Now watch this, because I believe so as above is so as here below. That's literally what's going on in my life. Everything that's happening in my life is happening outside of the script. You're going to You're going to have some relationships come in your life that's going to be off script. And this live is your prophetic announcement. Now you might say, what is the script? The script is ego. The script is the most comfortable way of doing it. The script is the emotional dependency that you don't have or have too much of. The script is a cultural construct. You are going to attract certain relationships in your life in the upcoming days that's going to force you to either have to get rid of the relationship or tap into your vulnerability, because they're not going to come how you normally allow relationships to come in. Yes, BB Rock, we're there now. We're there. We in it. When it comes to these lives, y'all give me a chance to get warmed up, because when I get there, I get there. But there are some relationships coming. There are some opportunities for you all coming. There are some jobs. There are some promotions. There are some advancements, some doors coming to you all in this month of April that's outside of the script, outside of the path that ego created. And if you allow ego to take over, you will miss opportunities. Let me tell you this. Your love life is not going to manifest how you think it's going to manifest. It's going to come in a way that puts you out of control. Because what some of us need, because remember I said relationships are a point of access for God. And your current relationships, the current iteration of relationships you have in your life are so in your control that there is no divine access. Oh, but there's something coming. I'm glad to hear that, William. I'm glad to hear that. This is the part I fear that I never knew I feared, allowing myself to be vulnerable. Thank you, Vincent. Every word you speak reaches the. I'm so glad to hear this, y'all. Yeah, don't get me. All right, let me see. We're gonna go. Before I go, because I'm about to go into it again. Before I go, we're gonna run a quick commercial break. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let some folks know I'm on. I'm not gonna be on too much longer. Put your seatbelts on, because we're gonna take a ride when I get back. All right, I'll be right back. I would love for you to join our email community. In the description box of this video is a link. You click it, put your name and email address in the information, press submit, and you are going to be a part of our email community. But guess what? You got to check your spam box, because there's a double opt-in. So you got to confirm that you truly meant to sign up. Would you like to be notified every time we go live? There's a simple way to do that. Join our free text club. All you got to do is text V Terrell Hill to this number, 833-458-3658. You just text it. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658. All right, this is the last announcement, and then we're going back to the content. I am gifted to help people become their best self, and I want to offer you a free consultation. There has never been one person that has had a free consultation with me that did not leave better than when they came, all right? All of that information I just went over is in the description box connected to this video. All right, let's get back to the content. I want to be set free sexually. I want the ability to explore my sexuality without being concerned about harming my spirituality. I want my spirituality and my sexuality to be one. I want to be okay pleasuring myself and be unashamed of feeling and exploring pleasure. I want to unlock the expression and creativity that can only be tapped in by understanding and exploring me entirely. I want my sexual life to be as healthy as my spiritual life. I want to free all people from living in a closet. All right, for those of you guys just coming on, we're going to get back into this script. I need to share some things about the script real quick. But before I do, thank you so much. What is it? Damn, Vincent, really? I'm at the gun range training and I have chips. Don't shoot nobody, please, Jimmy. But I'm so glad. I'm so glad because this comes from my life. And if I'm going to share my life, it needs to be effective, Before I get into it, every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. for the month of April, we'll be releasing heartfelt episodes from the Spirituality and Sexuality series. There's been a lot of conversation around that. And then at 8:30 p.m., I'll be going live every Tuesday, going live based on the episode. So it's pretty cool. So I'd say come at 7:30, enjoy it, take a break, refresh, and come back at 8:30, and then we're going to have the conversation about it all this April. And then I'll be live every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. all this April. So we're going to have just a lot of great content, a lot of heart conversations. If you're part of this community, or if you come on here, if you're part of the private community, the public community, we're going to be talking from our hearts. Okay, it's all about the authenticity as well. All right, let me talk about script real quick. Let me share my story about script. October the 16th, 2022. I got this messaging that I wasn't good enough, and the messaging was coming from me. Can I share with you guys that if someone is telling you you are not good enough and you believe it, the message was coming from within, not without. The only way those words can connect if those words are aligned. I want you to cut them off if they talk down on you. I want you to let them have and do all the things. But after you do all of that, you need to turn around, look yourself in the mirror and be like, oh, I believe it too. Why is that important? Because a lot of times people say negative things to us. They talk down on us and we cut them off, but then we don't cut it out of us. My. And that is very important. So there was a voice inside of me saying, you ain't good enough. You ain't good enough. So then I start writing the script. And I said, all right, I'm going to go live every day on YouTube starting October the 16th, 2022. I'm going to talk about Kanye West. I started talking about Kanye West because he was tripping. And I'm going to go live until I monetize. And that's going to prove to me whether I had the goods or not. And I went through so many. First of all, I went through so many internal changes by doing. You're talking about somebody who has been live, some of everywhere, put on live events, worked for well-known content creators, created for well-known content creators, did all the things until I went to go take a 100% step or bet on me without a client, without a partner, just me. So that I went through so many changes. And then it was like I was following my heart because I started talking about politics. And then I was like, no, that's not good enough. And then I started talking about hot topics. And then I got bored with that. And then I was like, well, maybe spirituality and consciousness. And I got bored with that. And then I created like this variety show where I did like podcasts and spirituality and consciousness and this, that, and the third. And one day, because people have a way of allowing God to speak to you. One day, a couple whom I still have love in my heart for to this day, I still do, offended me because we were talking about my sexuality, and the wife said some not so nice things to me, and something in me snapped, and I was like, you know what? If people ain't going to accept me for who I am anyway, I might as well stop tripping and just be authentic. And so from that day forward, I started teaching on spirituality and consciousness, just like I'm doing now. But let me tell you what happened. It was like I was struggling. And when I aligned to that, my tribe started hearing me and coming to me. Now it's June. No. What happened was, then I monetized. Yeah, I was happy. I was like, thank God. I went live from October. I went live every single day from October till June, every single day. Thanksgiving, Christmas, every holiday, bad days, good days. I went live working towards that monetization. So, but in June, I monetized, but I also felt led to open up a private community in June. Now, I probably had about 5 or 6 strong people that were following me in YouTube, but I was following the script or the add-ons to the script. And then once I got into the private community, I was in a session with the prophet, and the prophet said, I want y'all to hear me. I can't believe I'm about to share this. I don't think I've ever shared this publicly before. I'm in a share. If I go live in this place in my life, I think y'all need to tune in and just give me a moment to warm up because I'm in a sharing mood lately. The prophet said to me, Hill, Lakia Johnson. She said, Hill, you need to rest. You need to rest and grieve because, well, I want y'all to hear me. She said, because in February, something's going to happen and your platform is going to start growing. And this was in July, if you don't rest and grieve now, by the time you get to February, she said, rest, grieve, and talk. If you don't rest, grieve, and talk now, by the time you get to February, you're going to drop the ball. Now, hold on. Now, let's talk about operating outside the script. Hey, Daryl, how you doing, man? Let's talk about operating outside the script. Good to see you, Daryl. Ego was like, you just monetized. You letting these NIGGAs know you ain't nothing to play with. People started coming on those lives. And what did I do? I stopped posting publicly and only focused on my private community. And a friend that I had was literally like, you've lost your mind. What are you doing? Have you lost your mind? You were catching momentum and now you're not going to do it anymore? I was following the add-ons of the script, or I was following the flow that was outside of the script. Now, let me tell you what could have happened. If I would have allowed ego to take over, I would have missed my blessing when my platform got this massive eyes put on it in February. But because I did not allow that momentum that hit me June of 2023 to discourage me, I got the bigger blessing. I'm telling you, there are some things going to come to you that's going to challenge your pride. That's why you cannot be hung up on letting people have it and telling people off and getting them together and proving them wrong. Let them talk. You keep your eyes focused on the flow. Why? I told my private community this Saturday before last. Because basically what happened is the same amount of growth I should have received from June to February, which was about 8 months, I got it in about 14 days. Why? I followed outside of the script and I followed the flow. I am telling you, there are things coming to you, if not in your face right now. Do not discard the opportunities, the advancements, the relationships that don't fit your script. They might be leading you to a safer path, a more productive path. Now, because somebody might be saying, well, you said you had all this money. How did you get back to your parents' house? I was following the flow because guess what? If I'm resting and I'm not posting, I'm not making any money. Good evening, Tarsha. How are you? So now the flow has me in mom and daddy's house. But I want y'all to keep your eyes on me. Let me be let my life be your teacher and watch. Mark this day. Wednesday, April the 3rd, and mark it 8 months from now and see what has happened from now to then. Why am I saying this? Because relationships are your access to, are a portal of access to God. And I don't want you discarding any more relationships because it's outside of your script, outside of how you want it. I don't like this kind of person. I don't like that kind of person. And not just relationships as relates to like connection with humans, but I feel also to say that a lot of you are going to have options come to you, advancements and promotions come to you that are outside of the script. I never thought I'd be living in Burlington, North Carolina. Listen, it's so weird that you're talking about relationships because I'm in a friendship that honestly isn't going anywhere. And I tried to break it off, but he was not letting go. Plus he has feelings for me. Oh. And I honestly don't see him as anything other than a friend. I got that. I'm in a space where I'm losing people I thought were my friends. They're falling off one by one. It hurts because you thought certain relationships would last forever. Can I tell y'all this about these relationships? Y'all like, share, subscribe, and comment. Follow the lower thirds because I'm not even looking. I'm focused now. A lot of us are going to have this kind of tumultuous experience when it comes to our relationships because we are finally finding us. Your relationship with yourself matters. And so let me tell you this. I started because what happened was I listened to that prophet that said, rest, grieve, and talk. I started finding out things about me. And the more I found out about me, the more I started snipping, snip. No, how were you in my life all this time? But then what happened is there were, I'm going to say, random people, and I'm using the word loosely, that I would not have gravitated to, I would not have befriended, start naturally attracting to me. But what I would realize about these random people, I said, oh, hold on. Oh, we got the same makeup. We got the same DNA. Do not be alarmed if your current relationships are being shook up right now, augmented, changed, revised, evicted, renovated. Because that's what's going on with you. And do not write off relationships. What do you mean? Just because you've had 40 years of negative experience with relationships, do not write them off now. Why? Because you went through a 40-year wilderness journey finding you. Anything that you have experienced that was negative before you have truly found out who you are, mark it off. Just erase it. Don't even worry about it. You are about to experience it a better way. You are about to experience life in a more kinder, softer, warmer way. Why? Because you have finally found you. And when you find you, you start attracting to you the parts of you that enhances you, not takes away from you. When you find you, you won't even let that person in. You'll be like, no. You don't look like me. You're nice, you're kind, You're truthful, you're honest, but we are not the same. I am telling you, I sense it now. Y'all, if I was y'all, I would text Vitorel Hill. Put that lower third up real quick, if you don't mind. If I was y'all, I would text Vitorel Hill to 833-458-3658. Thank you. I didn't mean to say that so sharp. I'm sorry, I was in my flow. Text Vitorel Hill to 833-458-3658 because what I'm going to do, I think tomorrow is Prophetic Leading Thursday. The first Thursday of every month, I give the prophetic announcement for the entire month. And if you text 833-458-3658, I am going to send you the private link that only belongs to the private community. All right. Okay. I think I'm going to do that for you guys. I think I'm going to do that for you guys. Put your hand on your heart. Now we do this inside a safe space to private community. Put your hand on your heart. If you can't do that, comment it. Hold on. I'm sorry. I was doing it in my head for me. I got lost. So this, I have finally found me. Let me tell you this. You are not going to you're not going to be lonely forever. You're not going to be single forever. There's some of you, I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. There are some of you, your mind is going to be blown at the good that is literally coming and have come to your life. Your mind is going to be blown. It's going to rewire your molecular system. You ain't going to always be like this here, right? Allow God. Right. Thank you, Thomas. I have finally found me. And the more and more you have revelation of you, the more of that you are going to attract to you. And don't you self-sabotage. Don't you let that imposter syndrome get you. When that love find you, don't let imposter syndrome make you push that love away because you don't feel like you deserve it or you feel like you're paying attention to the wrong things in your life. When that money finds you, when that opportunity finds you, when that call you've been waiting on finds you, do not self-sabotage. You deserve it. All right? I think I'm done. I'm going to put the link in the comments. If you want to come in and talk to me, feel free to do so. I'm going to wait a little while here. Oh, yeah. And if you can comment, I want you to, I have finally found me. Put it in the comments. I know a lot. Someone told me, because I'd be like, why don't people be commenting on my stuff? And somebody told me, well, we be listening. We be taking it in. We be receiving. All right, I get it. But if you could type it right now, I finally found me. You need to declare that. You need to put that in the digital space for it to live forever. I have finally found me. I finally found me. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to run one more commercial that'll give you guys the opportunity that if you're coming on, see ya. If you're coming on to, they'll give you a chance to come on. They'll give you a chance to comment too. I finally found me. We'll do one more commercial and then we'll come back. All right. We'll be right back. I want to be set free sexually. I want the ability to explore my sexuality without being concerned about harming my spirituality. I want my spirituality and my sexuality to be one. I want to be okay pleasuring myself and be unashamed of feeling and exploring pleasure. I want to unlock the expression and creativity that can only be tapped in by understanding and exploring me entirely. I want my sexual life to be as healthy as my spiritual life. I want to free all people from living in a closet. All right. Y'all don't be taking advantage of that link. If I was in the comments, I would be on that link all the time. Because there's a little secret about me y'all don't know. Um, Ask me a question, I'll give you an answer. y'all miss. Matter of fact, I ain't clicking it. Don't click it now because I ain't letting nobody in. But y'all miss so many opportunities to get so much from me because you're speaking good. Thank you, cohort. Thank you, cohort V. I don't know why I want to say cohort 5. I think because that V is after it, but cohort V, you're speaking so good. Thank you, Adrian. I finally found me. I love that. All right. I am going to. We were talking about doing a pop up in the private community. What time is it? Ugh. We were talking about doing a pop up in the private community. I don't know if I feel like doing that because y'all, I'm tired. Um, um, so I'm not going to do that today. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to conserve my energy. I'm not going to do it today, but I'm going to start doing pop ups live here, and I'm going to start doing pop ups in the private community. So, and speaking of the private community, you can you can join the private community for 7 days free. How you do that? By clicking the link inside of the video description box connected to this video. You get 7 day free trial. Tomorrow we're doing prophetic leading Thursday. Saturday we're doing a Pentecostal prophetic style prayer at 8:30 in the morning. And then on the it's the second Wednesday at 8:30, it's conscious culture inside of the private community. It is a community-based conversation by the community for the community. I do not choose what they talk about. I don't know what they talk about. I thought I knew what they were talking about Wednesday before last, and boy, they called me a handler. They called me somebody. They were gossiping about me in the thing. I spent my time tap dancing and explaining how no, that ain't true, that ain't true. Because they are allowed to talk about hot topics and stuff like that inside of the private community. So they had a whole gossip session, and I didn't know that this is that one right there, Thomas Bristow. He was the main one. Lord, they was calling me all kind of names in that thing, enabler, handler, and I was like, oh, y'all, I'm here. So it's a really fun, energetic conversation with the community. And you make me better. I love that, Thomas. Thomas, and you the same. You the same, Thomas. So I finally found me. I declare it, and it is so. Absolutely, cohort V. Absolutely. So take this opportunity to join the private community. You will not regret it. We are building it. It's in its infancy stages because it was closed from June until like December. And whoever got in there was the only people allowed to get in there. And then we opened it up. And then, as you know, we started that abuse series in December, all December and January. We're doing the abuse series. And in February, the bottom dropped. So now we're just catching our breath to like start building it up. You want to get in there now because I got a feeling in the coming months, it's going to start running over. So you want to get in there now. I promise you, you're going to. It's cohort 5. I thought so. Thank you. I thought so. So you want to get in there now and join that private community. It's only $10 a month after the 7-day free trial. $10 a month for $120. And in that, and let me just talk for a little bit. And in that, what happens is you get an opportunity to DM me anytime. Like there are people who DM me all the time inside the private community. We talk, we connect. It's fun. It's going to be funner. We're working on content to really make it a community thing. It is not another V. Terrell Hill extravaganza. There's enough of me on the YouTube page. That private community is about the community. And it's been so tempting to just make it another V. Terrell Hill thing. But I'm like, no, this is going to be a community for the community. I don't care how hard I got to fight for it. If we got to change the content and what we do in that community 50, 11 times and augment and iterate it, we will until there's nothing but community support and community in there. So I'm just putting out that vision now. Absolutely. Thomas Bristow is a proud safe spacer, an OG safe spacers. I've been knowing Thomas since I was 12 years old. He's a faithful friend. I appreciate you, Thomas. I really do. Yeah, it's really good. That private community is really, really good. If you guys saw my day in the life of, we had a small get together for the original members and then some invited guests a week before last. And it was just so good. The energy was so good, y'all. The energy was just so perfect. You know why? Because in safe space, it don't matter if you're fat, if you're black, if you're rich, if you're poor. It don't matter if you're gay or straight. There is only one requirement to be a part of safe space. Well, two, you got to pay that $10 a month fee. But then after that, you got to believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, what you will find if you participate is we gather around you and if you put in that comments, y'all, I have a hard time, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, watch what happens. People come up out of everywhere. Oh, no, 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 no. They'll DM you the whole nine because that's how we rock in safe space. So I'm telling you, man, I'm 10 toes down on that community. And we're still, like I said, we're still trying to create things to invoke the conversation. But I got a feeling that in the next 3 months, it's going to be a lot of conversation going on inside of safe space. I live in Barbados, so I'll have to visit online only. Oh my gosh, Barbados. That's so cool, Adrian underscore 246. Yeah, now, yeah, Barbados, we coming to you. Ain't no need to worry. Yeah, we're the one in the disadvantage. I love that. Yeah, yeah. VH, let's take safe space. Absolutely. Yeah, Thomas, we on the same page. We're on the same page. There's a lot of great things coming, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go. Now, back in the old days, we used to call this overtime. This is where we just be in community, we just talk, and we're in overtime now, right? You know what, BB? We need to make an overtime flyer. So when we do that, we could like put that up. I don't know if that'll make sense or not. Let's talk about that later. But at any rate, you know, I forgot what I was. Oh, I forgot what I was about to say. I hate when I do that. I should have went straight into it. Anyways, but yeah, but yeah. Oh, that's what I was about to say. And I'm for real when I say this. If you really feel some kind of connection to me, if something about you is drawn to my personality, my energy, my voice, you are a candidate. Something good is about to happen to you. Now, why are you saying that? Because that means that we are in alignment, and 9 times out of 10, you have been fighting tooth and nail to break the cycles of your life, to break the monotony, to not be like them, to evolve, to grow. You've bared the pain and you've kept moving. And I am telling you, good things are about to come to you, right? Good things about to come to you. Remember, tomorrow I am going to make the prophetic leading Thursday public. I'm going to put it in my text community. All right. So text if you can, V Terrell Hill. Do please listen. Y'all wouldn't believe how many people be like, sign me up. And I'd be like, that is not how you do it. Please text V Terrell Hill, no spaces, to 833-458-3658. Okay. V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658. Yeah, it's coming. It's going to hit your house, Lauren Ashley. It's going to hit your house. Yeah. Lauren, you remind me of one of the Safe Space members, Erica. I'm willing to bet you guys got the same energy. I'm willing to bet. Yeah, so that you can be on that live tomorrow. I'm telling you, and if it gets real good, I might invite some people on. I might, if I get enough rest tomorrow and sit down somewhere, I might invite some of you guys on for personal prophecy. But I'm telling you right now, whatever y'all think about me, you can think about me, but I want you to also include, I express myself Pentecostally from a Pentecostal perspective. Now, my belief system is very much not conventional. I am not a conservative Christian or anything like that. My beliefs is very different than what you even might think it is. But my expression is Pentecostal. And let me tell you this, Pentecostal chose me. I didn't choose it. So put your seatbelt on. All right. They're telling me to wrap it up, so let me wrap it up. Okay, we're gonna run this commercial. We're gonna get out of here because I feel like yapping now. I feel like yapping. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, Thursday. Again, text VTRL Hill to 833-45. Oh God. Put it up there one more time. I'm sorry. I got lost. 833-458-3658. Is that what it is? 833-4. Yeah. Text VTRL Hill to 833-458-365. Hey, I am Human First. How are you? You're just coming on. Well, I'm just about to get off. Let me tell you this. I love when y'all comment because if you comment on any of my videos, I see your stuff. And thank you, Just Being Me. Good night. Thank you, guys. So y'all don't wait till I get off the comment because I be wanting to talk to y'all and connect with y'all. I really do. Hold on. Go back to I am Human First. Yeah, I got a friend that be sending them emojis. And I don't be knowing what that mean. Thinking, pondering, angel. What that mean? I'm human first. Oh, hold on. They told me I'm supposed to go. But listen, I want to start because I know y'all be on here. These numbers be consistent, right? I want to create a more culture of commenting and talking to me on these lives. So I want us to start commenting. All right. So moving forward, don't y'all just hang out there. Say hey to me. All right. All right, we're going to run this quick commercial and we're going to bounce. I'll see y'all that are part of the text community tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. for Prophetic Leading Thursday. Until the next time, be blessed. Bye. I want to be set free sexually. I want the ability to explore my sexuality without being concerned about harming my spirituality. I want my spirituality and my sexuality to be one. I want to be okay pleasuring myself and be unashamed of feeling and exploring pleasure. I want to unlock the expression and creativity that can only be tapped in by understanding and exploring me entirely. I want my sexual life to be as healthy as my spiritual life. I want to free all people from living in a closet. I hope you enjoyed today's show. I really, really, really want to connect with you, all right? I would love for you to join our email community. In the description box of this video is a link. You click it, put your name and email address in the information, press submit, and you are going to be a part of our email community. But guess what? You got to check your spam box because there's a double opt-in. So you got to confirm that you truly meant to sign up. So as soon as you sign up, about 3 minutes after, check your spam box and let these people know this ain't spam. Would you like to be notified every time we go live? There's a simple way to do that. Join our free text club. All you got to do is text VTRL Hill to this number, 833-458-3658. You just text it. Text VTRL Hill to 833-458-3658. I am gifted to help people become their best self, and I want to offer you a free consultation. There has never been one person that has had a free consultation with me that did not leave better than when they came, all right? All of that information I just went over is in the description box connected to this video.